Hey, what's up, guys? So I got a question for you. Have you ever thought about being a mailman or a mail woman? If so, today's a good day because I interview my friend Max Allard today, who has been a mailman for a little under 8 months now, I believe. So hopefully we can answer some of your guys' questions. If you ever had any interest in being a mailman or a mail woman, or maybe you haven't even thought of it, maybe this might spark some interest for you. But I hope we find out a little more about the world of mail together. All right, let's go to the interview. Right, Max, thank you so much for being here, man.
You're welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you for doing this interview with me.
Hey, for sure, dude.
Okay, so today we're going to be entering the world of mail. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, Max, if you want to introduce yourself and what you do for a living.
Yeah, so my name is Max, and I'm a mail carrier, and I work in the post office.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So is that
United States Postal Service.
Is that your official job title, mail carrier?
It's CCA, so City Carrier Assistant. So there's several different opportunities in the United States Postal Service. You can be a clerk who works inside and like deals with customers who come in and have problems and all that. Or you can be a city carrier assistant, which is carrying mail in the city. Or you can be a rural carrier who carries mail out in the rural areas where the boonies, kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Nice, man. So, what kind of education do you need to become a mailman?
Yeah, so to become a mailman, you don't need any form of education. You just need work experience that shows that you worked beforehand.
So, do they like to see a high school diploma? Is that
minimum? Yeah, a high school diploma. But I'm not sure if it's really required.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like it probably is required. But you definitely need work experience. But yeah, that's about it.
What kind of experience did you need to start off? Or did you get in and then you started building up your experience? Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. So you were saying that you kind of like need experience?
Yeah.
So how would someone get experience before they go into the job?
Well, like any work.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
like any kind of work experience.
They did. Okay, so they like to see like a little commitment. Okay.
Yeah, commitment that you actually have worked before because with this job it demands work. Like if you're not a worker, then this isn't the job for you. I can tell you that right now.
I got you.
Yeah.
You're already hitting on number 6 right now.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So how exactly did you go about personally getting the job?
So I have an aunt who is in the post office, and I have another aunt who's in the post office, and they told me about it, and I applied, and within 6 months, I got the job. But within those 6 months, I had to do a bunch of background checks. I had to take a test online, and then I had to go in to take a test. So it was just a long process getting the job, but now having the job, I can go anywhere I want to. Like my aunt, for example, she went all the way to Hawaii, and she was normally she was in Cleveland.
So she's a mailwoman in Hawaii right now?
Yeah.
Oh, how legit is that?
Yeah, I know, it's
I'd
awesome.
love to see her route, man.
I know, right? Sweet route.
Nice,
Sweet
man.
route.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
What's the website? What's the title of the website, just in case someone's interested?
All right, United States, I think it's, USPS.com. I think it is.
Okay. USPS.com? Or is it .gov? Do you know? It's either USPS.com or .gov.
Yeah, /employment. I know it's /employment.
I'll look that up and
Yeah.
I'll be sure to post it.
All
I'll
right.
be sure to post it on the video where they can go. Oh, cool, man. Dude, that's awesome for your aunt.
I know, right?
So, do they let you know when they need a new spot?
Well, no, like, when I applied, what happened was you can apply anywhere, in the whole entire United States kind of thing. So you can kind of zone in on your own area, and then you pick a city that you want to go to. And I picked a city, and then after like I went to my interview, they told me to just write down 3 cities that like I preferred to be in, and I just happened to go to the closest one, and the best city. So it was a good choice.
What other cities
And
did
it
you-
wasn't even my original pick either.
For real?
That was yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. So you said that you had to take 2 tests. What were the 2 tests like? Just to give people kind of an idea. Were they weird? Did they ask you weird questions?
So the first test, it was just like the basics, like if you're like an angry person kind of thing. Yeah. So like that one was like kind of like easy, But then the second one, it was a lot of memorization. I would say that for the hardest part of the test was like they had 5, like I'd say probably like 7 different streets, and they all had numbers like whatever, West Dover 10 through 1567, and then they had another one that was like 543 to 6677, and you had to memorize every single number that it went through, along with the street and which group it was in. And then afterwards they would say, okay, well, which group was this specific address in? Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So now when you're working, is it that? Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. I'm not sure when that fell.
When
but
it
that's okay.
fell,
Not sure when
the
it
very
fell.
beginning. I didn't know.
So when you're in the job, is there that much memorization or
No?
Right?
Well, no, not really. Well, when you're on like a new route, like ones that you like really haven't done, you really do need to memorize like things. But it's just secondhand. You start learning it as the time goes on. It becomes so easy. But yeah, it was really not even correlated at all to the job. It was just like testing your memorization skills and seeing if you were up to par, I guess.
I gotcha.
So.
Oh, that's interesting. That's something you wouldn't expect. I would never expect for a postal job.
I know.
The memorization.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a lot of memorization. I mean, in a way, like you have to memorize like specific street addresses and where. I don't know. Yeah, in a way, it's like.
I gotcha. All right. So, Max, how did you go about really? What really drew you to become a mailman? Because I know we worked together back at like the Lutheran home, the dietary and whatnot. So did you just kind of get into it for family, or did you like the benefits or something? Or?
It was that money. It was that money. Yeah. They start you off at $16 an hour, so man. I was like, gotta go for it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Especially like when you get out of college, we start looking at jobs. It becomes less like, what's my dream? It starts to get to like, how much you get paid now?
Yeah. Exactly.
How much money we talking?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. And do they say how often you can expect a raise or anything like that? Or is that...
Yeah, so I'm already getting a raise, and I just got in about like 7 months ago.
Awesome.
So yeah, cool. And they said it's gonna be more than $1 already. Yeah.
Like a full-time job, and no, did it fall again, Max?
Ah,
son of a. Oh, you know what, Max? Here,
maybe you're leaning it against something that.
Here we go. Here we go. We got it. I'm no good at this, Max. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe this isn't the right channel for me. So, what are some things that surprised you about the career that maybe you didn't really expect when you first signed up into it?
So some things that surprised me was that it's a lot of walking. I didn't expect how much walking it was. Yeah, so like on average we walk 16 miles a day.
16 or 60?
16 miles a day.
What?
Yeah, so it's a lot of walking.
Man.
But yeah, I can eat anything I want to. Because I know I'm not gonna get fat.
Before this, we met talking about that, and you mentioned that, and he's like, I eat Oreos in the morning, man.
It's true. They just have this like huge like junk food kind of stand, and like I just like I throw in $1 and I grab a few things, and I'm just like hump hump. Well, just
So
eating junk food in the morning.
Is
It's
it
like
every morning? It's they kind of have that for you guys. That kind of the food.
yeah, like people bring in like their own kind of stuff. So they people bring in like their own snacks, and they just say like give us 25 cents for each one kind of thing, and it's just kind of the trust system.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So how many people are in like your office when you go in the morning? How many people how many mailmen converge there in the morning before they go out?
Yeah, so it all depends on where you're stationed at, but at mine we're really small. We have about like probably like 18 people, but like in like the city or like deep like big cities, you'd have around like 40
Man,
people.
A lot of
Yeah.
people.
So it's a lot. So
Cool.
yeah, all depends.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you get along with a lot of the people you work with?
Yeah,
Like
they're
the guy
nice.
that brought
Yeah.
quiche?
Yeah, so like actually if you ever get this job, you got to be really nice to the people who are above you, who have been there for like years and years and years, because what happened to me was that they gave me all these clothes, and like normally like when you first start, you're out there for 3 months with no clothes. You're just going in your regular clothes. Like I was out delivering in this, like just like walking, delivering mail to everyone.
Is that how they shame the newcomers?
Right?
The uniform?
Yeah, they don't give you anything at all. So like these people, they gave me like boots, like that go over your shoes for the winter, and then this one guy gave me his raincoat. This one person gave me like their pants that go over your pants, like their wind protectors and all that. So it was really nice. So they're really nice people, and then they gave me a bunch of shirts. Because when you get your allowance, they give you $450 for your allowance after your 3 months. You have to buy your uniforms.
Okay.
But they give you $450, but that $450 really doesn't get you anything. I bought a pair of shorts for $50. And then it like adds up so quickly. I ended up buying like, 2 shorts, a shirt, and a jacket, and like there's my $450. Like it's gone.
Hey, they better have some of that thermal heat in there for
Exactly.
you guys or something, man.
Exactly.
Keep you guys warm
Yeah,
in the winter.
I know.
Walking around.
I know. It's crazy.
I just saw. So you see some mailmen and they're driving. You either drive around with your car. Then you see in other places a lot of people walking. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
Do you pick which one you want to do?
No. So like it all depends on what city you're in. So like I'm stationed in a city that just doesn't have mailboxes that are at the street. You have to walk them all. Whereas like some cities that are like it all goes by the city, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And so you were telling me that you drive to your like next neighborhood, then you get out of the car, do the neighborhood,
yeah,
and then you drive to your next place.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's cool.
That's nice. At least you don't have to walk completely to all these places, right? That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. So if you had to pick the biggest pros, some of the best parts of this job, what would you say to somebody?
The best parts of the job would be learning. Meeting people in the neighborhood would be the best part. Cause like it's so cool. Like there's so many people that you meet and so many conversations that you start. And like whenever someone sees the mailman, they're always happy to see you. Like no matter what, you always get like really kind people. Like I get people who like, hey man, you want a Gatorade or something like that? I'll hook you up, or like they give you food sometimes even too. So it's really cool.
Oh, that's cool. What kind of food have you been given?
Yeah, I got ho-hos the other day. Yeah, more junk food.
That'll keep you walking, man.
Yeah,
that'll give you the energy to keep walking.
For sure.
That's pretty cool. What is there anything else besides that? Besides like meeting new people and everything? Have you found that your endurance has gone up with this job? Max, because you're walking everywhere.
I lost a lot of weight,
Did you?
even though I'm already skinny.
I was gonna say. I know I myself.
Hey.
I got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I know.
If I lose
I
any more of my
thought
butt, you just.
I thought I had nothing to lose too, and like here I lost like 15 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like what? It's just because like you go to straight cardio every day, 6 days a week.
That's a lot of walking.
Yeah,
That's a lot of walking.
it is.
Damn. Opposite of that, what are some unexpected cons to the job?
Yeah, so I have to say, mail is heavy. Yeah, so like some days like I'd have mail on my shoulder, and it's like it's probably at least, and you're stuffing packages in it too as well. It'd be like probably like 30 pounds. 30 pounds I'm just carrying on my shoulder the whole day for like 8 hours. I'm just carrying all of that weight on my shoulder, and it's a real after you get home you're like, oh my god, like finally I can relax, like it's but yeah, I'd say that's one of the like biggest cons. Also dogs, like that was like unexpected to me, like that like dogs were actually like a problem.
Is real.
Yeah,
The
like I did not think that like that was a thing at all, but like I got attacked by dogs. I get attacked by dogs probably like 3 times within 2 days. It's crazy. Every 2 days,
So what do you have to defend yourself? Do you have anything?
Yeah, well they give us mace.
Oh.
And they just say put the bag in front of you too. Like they'll bite the bag. But I haven't gotten bit yet, so it's pretty nice. But I saw this one guy, he came in the other day and he had like this huge like gouge out of his leg. I'm like, whoa, that dog went crazy on you.
I bet the old postal workers, they love showing their scars.
Yeah.
God just pulls out his leg, feels like a shark biting out of a cap.
Yeah, I know.
Hank, what happened? 1975. It was raining that day.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's so funny.
You can always throw also the ho-hos at the dog.
Right. Some people do carry biscuits with them, like dog treats.
Yeah.
But they tell us not to, but people still do. And the reason why they tell you not to is because if the dog knows that you have biscuits and it's not the normal person on your route, that person will get charged at.
Yeah.
Because they're used to you giving them biscuits.
Yeah.
So like they think, oh no, like this dog is attacking me.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then they find out you don't have a treat, and then it's like, oh no.
So, what advice would you give someone who is interested in becoming a mailman? What are some things some pointers you give?
So some advice I would tell them is to that when you start off, it's gonna be really, really hard. You're gonna be fumbling the mail a lot if you're walking in that. Even delivering in the truck, it'll still be like something that you really need to get used to. And after about like 4 months of working, it'll be really fluid to you. So like when I first started, I was like, how do people do this? Like it seems so crazy to me that like they could get done so fast, and I'm just like, they gave me like 3 hours worth of work, and like I got done when someone else got done with like 8 hours worth of work, and I'm like, oh my god, like how do you guys do that so quick? And then you're just like, wow, this is like really easy now. You're just like jamming it in the mailbox real quick. Easy.
Are you allowed to listen to music or anything?
No, you can't listen to music.
Music.
But people still do.
People
Sneak
a little headphone in
or like even like a little Bluetooth. They talk on the phone. You can't really talk on the phone.
When you're like riding around or like, when do you organize your mail before you know what to give everybody? So is it like before you get in there early in the morning, you organize and then you go out?
So what I do when I go, we have an hour to case up our mail is what we call it, and we have like some letters and magazines that we put in slots that have like everyone's address on, a wall kind of thing, and we just case them up, and then we pull it out and like organize it ourselves, and then we also have another set of mail that is letters, and it's just like already pre-organized for us. So we have 2 bundles of mail. So we're always carrying letters, and then we're carrying magazines, or we call them flats. Yeah.
You know, they have a strong dislike for mail now. Like when you get home, you check your mailbox.
Yeah,
or
well,
you're just
no,
like, screw it.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I sometimes I look there and I'm like, I delivered that. I hated delivering that. I hate delivering that piece of mail.
Max, how does it work for hours? Is everyone pretty much full time when you go in, or is there a part time gig?
There's no part time in the post office.
When you're a mailman, you hustle.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You hustle a lot. Yeah, so I thought that's well, this is like a pro and a con, both in itself. You get a lot of hours in the post office. On my last check, I received 107 hours on my 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I had 107 hours.
And you were saying, Max, that for your first 2 years, you're working 6 days out of the week. Is that right?
Yes.
For your first 2 years?
You work 6 days a week. Yeah. So every Sunday is required, and then you just get 1 day off every week. And then, like, if you are really, really jam-packed, which never has happened to me before, but it's happened to other people that I know. But if it's, like, really, really jam-packed, they can have it where you don't have a day off until 14 days later. Yeah, so every, 14 days you have 1 day off. Yeah.
So it's like you're working for those first 2 years, and then when you get that second 2 days off a week, you probably love it.
It's nice. I can't wait for that. But that's another thing I never mentioned was that after about 2 years, you can go anywhere in the post office if you want to be like a supervisor or you want to go into human resources. You can go anywhere.
Max, did you know all the different positions? So there's the mail carriers like you do, and there's a supervisor. What else
you
is
can
there?
be a
There's
supervisor.
Human resources.
You can be a trainer. You can train people in the vehicles. You can also kind of teach people about what the post office is, the interview kind of session when new hires come in. Anything like that, really. And then there's the big managers, kind of thing that really deal with all the really specific marketing and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So yeah.
Are you thinking about one of those for after your 2 years?
Possibly. Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. Maybe a supervisor.
Legit.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh,
yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So you're telling me, Max, that you had some good stories that
yeah.
I know, I think you've already previously shared some of them with me, but feel free, whichever ones you want to share, man.
Yeah. So one time I was just delivering mail, and I saw this bright light coming out of this trash can, and I was 2 or 3 houses away from this trash can, and I look away for a second, and next thing I know, the lid's closed. There's no bright light coming out of it anymore. And now I'm staring at it, and I'm okay, what could that have been? And then I see it slowly creep open, and the light shines out. There's a kid hiding inside the trash can, spying on me. I was what kid hops in the trash can to spy on his mailman?
I'll tell you what, man. A future mailman.
Right.
That's
he's
true.
He's taking down notes in there too.
Best believe, man.
He's taking down notes. That was awesome. So crazy.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's a great story. Oh, Max, actually, I have one more question. So what time do you clock in the morning, usually for you guys? What
Uh-huh.
time do you clock in? And then how late does your shift go? Is that totally up to your speed, really? Or
Yeah, so I clock in at 7:30, and then basically it is up to your speed, but also is dependent on how much overtime you have. So like you might have no overtime one day, and you'll probably get done around like 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock ish. But like they could give you 2 hours of overtime, and you're just like, well, not till out there till 6, you know. So it really all depends on that. You know, how much overtime you're given. And also it might just be like a really, really heavy day, or like lots of packages kind of thing. So like, yeah, it all depends on your speed, really.
cool.
Yeah, so.
Cool. Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. Well, Max, that is all the questions I have. I think you pretty much answered everything for me.
All right.
Thank you so much, sir, for doing
Yeah,
this, man.
thanks
I
for having
appreciate-
me, man.
Of course, brother. All right. So if you guys are interested in becoming a mailman or a mail woman, I hope we answered some of your questions. And I'll see you guys in the next video.